Hello guys, today we will discuss the third technique of concurrency control, which is a validation based protocol. So today we will just take an introduction. In the next video we will take an example and discuss the different cases comes under this validation based protocol. So let's discuss this validation based protocol. It is used where transactions are read only and conflicts are low. It is said that we have to use this protocol where we have the very high read only transactions and where the conflicts operations are low. Okay, now after that every TI, that means every transaction, has to go through the following phases. So in the validation based protocol, every transaction has to follow some phases which are read. First phase is read phase. In this phase TI reads all data and store them in a temporary variable, which is a local variable of TI. So when we start this read phase, in this phase all the instruction in the transaction is stored in the temporary variable TI. Okay, in the temporary variables of TI. So we will not store in the actual data. We will not store or operate on the exactly on the actual database, but we store all the instruction to a temporary variable. After reading, all the write operations are made after reading. All the write operations are made on temporary variables instead of actual database. After reading all these instructions, then the operations of write will be performed on the temporary variable instead of actual database. That means we are not going to change in the actual database. We just do every changes in the temporary variable or the local variable. Then after doing this all the write operation, we go for the validation phase, that is the second phase. It says in this validation, test is performed to determine whether changes in actual database can be made or not. It says after doing all the write operation or the read operation, we just check for the key whether the changes in the actual database can be performed or not. That means it validates all the write operations there, the changes done by the write operation are okay or not, or are in the consistent state or not. Okay, so we will do the validation test for this one. After that, the validation phase, it comes for the write phase. It says that if TI clear the validation test, then actual changes are made to DB. Okay, so after clearing this validation test, that means all the write operations are okay and system or the transaction or the schedule is under the consistent state. That means we can write to the actual database. Okay guys, validation test ensures the violation free execution of transaction. If this validation test pass, that means the changes done by the write operations are okay. That means it is a violation free execution. Okay guys, now move to another point which says that timestamp is used to determine when to start validation test. So we have to use the timestamp concept to test or to check when we have to go for the validation test or not. Okay, so let's see. Every TI, that is every transaction, is associated with the three timestamps, which are, we use here three timestamps for determining for providing the every timestamp is for providing every phase. We provide the timestamp to every transaction. So which are the three timestamps? Which are, first is start TI. We provide a, suppose we have just taken an example. Suppose this is a transaction, suppose T1. Okay, so it has been associated with the three timestamps. The first is start TI. Let's give it the symbol S. Okay, so this start TI, that is the timestamp which says it gives time when TI start execution. So we provide the time when this transaction started execution. Suppose it started at 6 o'clock. Okay, I give a 6 number E2. After that validation timestamp, that means suppose we are given its name V. It gives time when TI finishes read phase and move to the validation phase and start its validation phase. That means when this start phase is finished or this read phase is finished, then it moves to the validation phase. So let's suppose it took 15 minutes for completing its read phase, then it's the validation start at the 6.15 minutes. Okay, 6 of 15 minutes. Then after that finish TI, that means F of TI says it gives time when TI finished its execution or write phase. That means when it has written, it has passed the validation phase. Now it's time to write the actual values to the actual database. So that time is the finish state. That means let's suppose it took 10 minutes for the validation times, that means 6.25. So this is the timestamp given to the transactions. So in this way we provide the 3 timestamp to every transaction on the basis of these things. Okay guys, so if any transaction failed in validation test, then it is aborted and rollback. If in any transaction is failed in validation test, then means we have to abort that transaction and we have to roll back to the previous state of that transaction. Okay guys, so we will discuss and on what condition we have to roll back, on what condition it will pass out every transaction or validation phase. We will discuss in the next video guys. Okay guys, so this is all about the introduction regarding a validation based protocol. So guys, please remember all these points because it's going to be used in the next video. So guys, if this video is helping you, please like and share this video, subscribe the channel. Please do follow the playlist of this video, which links is under the description. Thank you.